Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram at Candy Washington. Let's go.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. We are here for some messy Mondays. That's right, we're gonna get into it. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington, and I can't wait to spend some time with you just talking all things Real Housewives, pop culture, just a fun, light kiki. I know it has been a minute since I have been out here in these YouTube streets live. I've been doing self-care sessions. I hope you guys enjoy them. Every morning at 9 a.m. there will be a new self-care session for you guys to listen to. So yeah, consistently every day, 9 a.m. self-care sessions. They are pre-recorded, so you don't have to catch them live. You can just listen in at your own accord. Wednesdays, we're doing Wellness Wednesdays, and Monday, we're going to do Messy Mondays. And if you've been wondering where I've been, check below. That's right. I dropped a love collection line. It is home decor, and it is style and fashion. I have my own candle, you guys. What, Wendy? Karen, don't worry about it. It's 1 wick, not 3 wick. So that's right, you guys. Go to candywashington.com, shop my candle collection, shop my mug collection, and we have t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, and all that fun stuff. I've given away all my samples, so I'm waiting for new samples to come so I can show you guys and rock them. But yeah, this is the pre-launch, so go to candywashington.com and shop the love collection. If you want 20% off for Black Friday and for Cyber Monday, use code BFCM. BFCM for 20% off. Let me know what you guys think. And let's say hi to everybody who's coming in. Hey, Darren Hood, what is up? He says, hey, and he's dropping those candy canes in the chat box. Hey, Jared Mesa, he says, sup. What is up, sweetheart? Hey, Kamiko Buford. Hey, beautiful. She says, hey, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? Hey, Takia Warren. She says, hey, Candy and the Candy Canes. That's right. Drop your candy canes. Drop where you're listening from. And then also, let me know, what do you want to talk about first? Because this is just happy hour, hot topics. We can get into it. There's a lot with Tammy Roman, and I have a different opinion about what is going on with her and her husband and this, side baby potential, side woman potential. I actually have a very different perspective on what everyone has been saying. Because if you read between the lines, I think something else is going on. We can talk about RHOP, with Candiace and the reunion. My thoughts on Nicki Minaj has changed. I'll tell you guys why. We can talk about Karen's spin-off. We could talk about LAMH Huntsville, Jen Shah. So put it in the comments. Where do you guys want to start? Where do you guys want to start? Okay, Takia Warren says Real Hop reunion. Okay, so we got one for the Real Hop reunion to start with. Yes. Hey, that's my sister. Hi, Loretta. She goes, hey, my beautiful sister. Congrats. I'm loving it. Thank you, sweetheart. That is my beautiful sister. Hey, sis. Thank you for coming through. And thank you for the congratulations. Darren says, RHOP. Okay. We're doing this. Yes. Tamara Dawkins says, RHOP. Okay, so we're going to do RHOP. Let's see here. Kamiko says, I think we see the same thing on the Tammy Roman situation. I bet we do too. So let's do this. We got more for RHOP. So we'll start with RHOP and then we'll move into Tammy Roman. Okay. We'll do that, you guys. So let me throw up. Yeah. All right. So let's get into it. We'll start with RHOP. Then we'll go into Tammy Roman. Okay. So RHOP reunion. Let's get into it. So first of all, the way I feel about Candiace has not changed. She is way too sensitive. She can't take feedback. She can't take constructive criticism. And she lashes out and she takes everything so personally. And again, it goes back to what I always said. It's Candiace's likability factor that is missing. She's simply not a likable person. Point blank, period. It's hard to like her and it's hard to watch. And if you notice, Karen even said that to her, well, watch out because you might get iced out. And I think that the majority of the women are really tired of Candiace and her antics to the point where they don't even want to rock with her. Like even the Green-Eyed Bandits were checking Candiace. Karen was checking Candiace. Of course, Ashley was. And I think the only reason why Wendy wasn't was because, again, I don't know what started the feud between Wendy and Mia. That to me is just so bizarre. But I think the only reason why Wendy isn't checking Candiace because for some reason there's this weird triangulation between Mia, Wendy, and Candiace that I haven't quite put my finger on yet. I don't get that. But everybody is pretty much over Candiace, and it's her likability factor, and she needs to watch out for that. And I think at this point, the only person who likes her is her husband, and it doesn't seem like he's actually liking her that much either. Okay. So let's see. Okay. I lived when Wendy was like, okay, actually, it's misogynistic. So for you to come at me and say, I'm getting plastic surgery because I want to keep my husband, but yet you got a tummy tuck, did that keep Jamal? I was just like, mic dropped. Wendy brought it. Thank you very much. What I didn't like was Andy's attitude towards Wendy. So I'm going to be transparent. I watched a couple of other YouTubers' commentary on Wendy and Andy and the receipts she brought with Robyn. And I'm not going to name the content creator because it doesn't matter who it is. I'm just talking about what they were saying. And I completely disagreed with it. They were sort of siding with Andy being like, oh, Wendy's receipts made her look stupid. You know, it was a misunderstanding with Robyn. She tried to come for Robyn, but it actually wasn't making her look good. But I actually disagreed with that. I think her receipts validated what Wendy was saying. She was saying, Robyn is sitting at the couch, pretending to be Boo Boo the Fool in Amnesia, being like, what was said about Eddie? What was said? What was wrong? Blah, blah, blah. When Robyn knew good well what the rumors were and what was said. And she also knew that Ashley was the one who took that bone back to Wendy. And she was trying to play dumb and stupid. We all see you, Robyn. We all see what was going on. Also, if you watch the episodes, Robyn was talking to Giselle about the rumors, about having somebody talk to Wendy about it being Ashley. So she knew she was lying. And the whole text messages on that printout that she had confirmed it. So I don't know what Andy's problem was with Wendy and why he was trying to defend Robyn. I thought that was really weird. I thought it was bizarre. I thought Wendy actually really did prove her point and her receipts when it came to Giselle, right? With the whole, when Giselle lied on that podcast or that interview and said that she had already talked to Wendy about it. Giselle, you're a liar. If you had already talked to Wendy about the rumor, then why did you feel the need to have Ashley talk to her about it? Why did you feel the need to have you and Robyn talk about it 20 times off camera or on camera, but behind Wendy's back? And you would have said that. And you even said yourself on the show, oh, my problem was I didn't talk to Wendy about it myself. And I should have done that. You admitted it, Giselle. You're lying and Robyn is lying. And Andy, stop. You're fumbling. Just let it go. I do think that Wendy was a little bit too on 10. Like, Wendy, you're already in the right. Pull back like a scotch, especially with going after Mia. That to me just seems really cringy, and I'm unsure why that's happening. If you're already in the right, stand on that moral ground that you have. Pull it back a little bit. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, so Robyn, and I'm not going to hate on any female entrepreneur. I just launched my own online collection, my own e-commerce. So go ahead over to candywashington.com and shop. Shameless plug. So I'm not going to hate on any other entrepreneur female, but Robyn talking about this hat money from Embezzled. Girl, you telling me your hat money? You're telling me your hat money was the only money y'all used for, and this is how I know she's lying, right? And this is another reason why Juan doesn't mess with you, okay? This is another reason why Juan does not mess with you, Robyn, okay? You got yourself on that stage talking about your embezzled hat money, paid for the down payment for your house, paid to pay off the taxes, paid for everything, right? Your embezzled e-commerce hat money is paying for your lavish lifestyle. right? That's what Robyn got up on that stage and actually said out of her mouth. Again, this is all my opinion, all alleged, right? Girl, A, why are you emasculating Juan? And that, again, if what you're saying is true, again, proves you and Juan are not together. Because if you and Juan were actually together, the answer would be, well, Juan has a high-paying job. So he actually was the one who paid for the down payment on our house. If you are together with your fiance and you guys are buying a new home and he has this coaching job that keeps him away 365 days of a year, but yet the only money going to your life is your embezzled hat money, make that make sense. So Juan is just keeping all of his money and he's not giving anything to the household, but your embezzled hat e-commerce money is buying houses for you guys and building houses. Make that make sense. Right there, you and Juan are not a unit. If I was married and my husband was this high, in-demand person, and I got on some stage and I was just like, my loved collection e-commerce money bought our house. Could you imagine? So what, my husband is just banking all of his money and I'm just out here buying houses for us? Where they do that at? So Robyn, you're lying. You're lying out of your face. And then she was also lying about Macy's and TJ Maxx. And she was like, oh yeah, my hats are at such a low price point. It doesn't make sense to be in retail. I'm just going to keep going with e-commerce. Have you ever heard of the 99-cent store, Robyn? Have you ever heard of the Dollar Tree? You literally could be selling your hats for 99 cents and there is a retail market for it. So miss me with that lie, Robyn, okay? You could be selling your hats at the 99-cent store, okay? So miss me with it was too low of a price point. That makes no sense. You didn't have these offers from Macy's and TJ Maxx, because if you had the offers from Macy's and TJ Maxx, your stuff would be in Macy's and TJ Maxx. Let's just keep it all the way funky. Let's keep it all the way 100, okay? You're lying. You're lying. Okay, so what else happened? Okay, the men come, right? I love G and Mia. I'm just gonna put it out there. I love Gordon. I love G. I love him when he's like home dad. I love him when he's businessman, and I love it when he's wasted, creepy Uncle G. Like I love G. I don't care what anybody says or thinks. I love G, and I love G and Mia. So let's see. Okay, so if anybody has any ideas on why Mia and Wendy are beefing, let me know. A part of me thinks that. Is Mia beefing with Wendy because she's auditioning to be a part of the Green Eyed Bandits, and that's why she's coming for Wendy? But at the same time, I felt Wendy was also coming for Mia, and I didn't really know where that came from either. And it's like, I liked Wendy this season, but she's been a little too on edge during the reunion. Like, you're already in the right, just soften it. Like, bring it back, like sit in it. You know what I mean? Like a Karen, like the way Karen does. Karen will read you for filth, but she just sits in her elegance because she knows she's on the side of what's right. Okay, so then, okay. I will give Andy points for this. When he called out Ashley, when they were talking about Gordon and all that stuff, and Ashley was like, oh, well, Michael has never, sexually made any sexual innuendos or whatever she said, which was a complete bold-faced lie. And then Andy was like, oh, well, didn't Michael say that he wanted to, to Juan? And it was like, mic drop, poof. And it was just, but then did you guys catch what Ashley said? She was like, oh, but didn't Juan like it, or Juan didn't mind, or something like that? Because again, I think that Ashley knows what goes down between Juan and Michael, allegedly, in my opinion. And she's cool with it because she has her own dipping and doing it that she's doing. Okay, so then also when the husbands came out, Chris was totally doing damage control. I mean, big time damage control. He's now reworking what husbandry meant. Now he's a secretary. Now he's answering emails. Candiace's schedule is from 3 in the afternoon to 6 o'clock in the morning. It was just a lot of backtracking, making things up type of situation. And all that. But I do have to say, again, to Candiace, turnabout's fair play. Turnabout's fair play. She has such an attitude about Mia making the comment about Chris tossing the salad, but Mia was simply responding to what Candiace said, calling her handsome. And she's like, oh, you want to call me handsome? Well, how did you feel about your husband wanting to toss this handsome body or whatever she said, right? Candiace's go-to anytime she's called out is, I just respond. I don't start. I just respond. So how are you going to have an attitude with Mia for responding to the nastiness you said to her? Turnabout's fair play, Candiace. Get it together. So Candiace gets messy with the whole thing. Having Miss Dorothy called in, I thought that was just really odd and weird. It's clear Miss Dorothy and Chris do not get along and there's no relationship there. It's just really, really bizarre. Again, I stand by this. If they bring Candiace back next season, I really want Miss Dorothy not to be brought back. I actually want to see Candiace and Chris without Miss Dorothy and what that dynamic looks like. I don't want Miss Dorothy on the show. No shade. She's a mother. She's an older woman. So I respect that, but I don't want her back on the show. It's too toxic. It's too much. And again, it's the likability factor. They're just not likable. Let's see what else happened. All right, let's see what you guys are saying in the comment box. Oh, and why I'm here for Nicki Minaj. So that little preview we got, when she came for Ashley, I was just like, yes, Nicki, this is exactly the truth. This is exactly how everybody feels. Ashley had no storyline. She came in, she got really messy with the whole Eddie situation, and she wanted to come in and stir the pot because she had no storyline and she needed a moment. But did you guys notice that the only person who came to Ashley's defense, at least in that little segment, was Candiace? Candiace, why are you coming to Ashley's defense when you're always going after Ashley up against Nicki? And then Nicki was like, oh, Candy girl. And I was like, Nicki, get it. Put your foot in it. Again, I'm compartmentalizing. I'm still not forgetting about Nicki's husband and brother. I know all of that. I know that backstory. I still don't like that, but I'm going to compartmentalize to enjoy this, sort of extended reality on the reunion. And I'm just going to enjoy it for entertainment. And I'm going to leave all of that mess with Nicki in another compartment. But let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Hey, everybody. Hey. Tamara Docking goes, yep, she's mentally exhausting. Totally. Hey, Friendship Gear Eskridge. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. She goes, hey, Candy and the Candy Canes. Hey, sweetheart, how are you doing? Hey, the Vegas girl. Hi, the Vegas girl. What is up? How are you, sweetheart? How are you? Robyn Hood said, or Darren Hood said, Robyn be lying. She was lying through her teeth, and it was so obvious. Yes, that is right. Yes. Hey, Tamara. She was, Wendy is getting on my nerves, too. She could talk junk to people, but if someone speaks on her, it is some sort of ism. Enough already. Okay, on that part, I agree with you 100%. I just don't see the isms when it comes to RHOP. I don't think it's colorism. I don't think it's classism. I don't think it's any of that. I just think it's just a bunch of messy women. And that's just what I really think. I mean, I've seen the isms on other franchises, and I know that those isms exist in real life. However, with this particular group, I don't think there's classism. I don't think there's elitism, and I don't think there's colorism. And the reason why I say that is, they were saying, oh, like the girls went after Monique. I don't think it was colorism with Monique. I think it was jealousy with Monique. They were just jealous of Monique. I don't think it had anything to do with the color of her skin. They were just jealous of her. And then now that they're going after Wendy, again, I don't think it's because of Wendy's skin color. I think it's because Wendy was no longer their lappy. She was no longer their yes woman. Wendy was doing Wendy. Wendy had her own opinion. Wendy sided with Karen, and they no longer liked her because they could no longer use her. So I don't think it had anything to do with the color of her skin. And I don't think Mia is an elitist or a classist. I think Mia grew up, from very humble beginnings. And now that she's made something of herself, she wants to talk about it and she's proud of it and she wants to project that out. I don't think Mia thinks that she's better than anybody else because of the money she now has. And to me, that's elitism and classism. You think you're better than somebody else. And I don't think Mia thinks she's better than anybody else. I think Mia talks about it all the time, because she remembers what it felt like to have nothing. And now that she has something, she's talking about it all the time. Probably, honestly, the opposite, to make herself feel better and to make herself look better. I don't think it's so much based on that she thinks that she's better than anybody else, right? Because usually when people talk about money, when people talk about their things that they have, it's from their own insecurity of not feeling enough. Not so much that they think that they're better than somebody else, right? So I don't think that there's elitism or classism or colorism when it comes to that stuff. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think. Hey, Foxy Counselor. Yes. I love it. Thank you so much for those emojis. So you guys are saying, okay, here we go. Ooh, the chat's going fast now, y'all. Yes. A Darren Hood embezzlement hats. Aren't they called embezzlement? Hi, Robyn. I see you. I don't know what those hats are called. Like, she needs to call them something else. Hey, LJ Forever. She's like, I can kind of understand Robyn's excuse that she thought it was a different rumor that came out. But then I'm sure Giselle filled Robyn in on what Ish actually was coming to stir. Okay, this is the thing. I think in general, could Robyn's excuse be valid in general? Oh, I thought we already talked about this. You came in hot about a conversation you had with Ashley. So I was kind of like, well, what did she say? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what happened? I don't get it. Like, what's up? In general, do I think that's valid? Sure. In context, absolutely not. When you have these women who have already talked about this Eddie rumor that her husband allegedly, again, it's been debunked, and I actually don't believe the rumor. I do think it was fake. I think it was made up by people we shall not talk about. But if it's that hot of a rumor that her husband allegedly is cheating on her with a woman of a different race, and cheating on her with a woman of a different race who he got pregnant, cheating on her with a woman of a different race who he got pregnant, who also works at his law firm, that is a big, big deal. So when Wendy comes in hot, and Robyn already knew, Giselle and Ashley knew the rumor and that they were planning on talking to Wendy about it, and they say it was about Eddie, Robyn is a damn lie sitting on that couch talking about, well, what did she say? Well, what are the Eddie rumors? Girl, you know what the Eddie rumors are. You're sitting there trying to play stupid because you're trying to have Giselle's back. Because it wasn't, the issue was never with Robyn. The issue was with Giselle. Wendy came in hot against Giselle, not Robyn. The reason why Robyn got the smoke was because she always does this. She inserted herself as the buffer between Giselle and the world. And that's why Robyn got the smoke. But when Wendy came in, the smoke wasn't for Robyn. The smoke was for Giselle. But Robyn, of course, being Giselle's protector all day long, got the smoke. And she knew what the rumor was. I'm sorry, you don't talk to people and have a text message and all that stuff about that type of rumor. And then when Wendy comes in and she's upset that Ashley said a rumor about Eddie and it plays stupid. Come on, she knew exactly what Wendy was talking about. She knew exactly what she was talking about, but she was trying to play dumb because she wanted to make Wendy look stupid in order to make Giselle look right. Okay, let's see what I was saying. Hey, Tamara. Hey, beautiful. She goes, she probably used her online business to get a PP loan to pay for this stuff. Allegedly. Oh. Hey, LJ Forever. Hey, that's so Adi. I see you in the waiting line. I'll come get you in a little bit. But while you're there, I want to give a quick reminder to everybody. If you're having fun, like this video, get those likes up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. I will bring you up, that's so Audie, very, very soon. I'm going to get through a couple more comments, and then I will bring you up to chat with me. So hang out backstage because I'm going to bring you up. Hey, Tamara, she goes, but Robyn and Juan are not married. Okay, Robyn and Ron are not married. However, they do share 2 children, and they also are saying that they are engaged to be married. And it's also the house that they both are going to live in. So for her to get up, and she's also putting this front, right? That they are engaged, that they are together, that they're living in this house together. That is the front that she's putting up. So if that is the front you're putting up, and then you get on a TV show and say that your embezzled hat e-commerce is paying for your new house, and you don't say anything about your fiance contribution or anything like that, then that to me is suspect. You know, that to me is shady. They may not be married, but they're putting this front up, right? And is Juan then just a kept man? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, why didn't you say, oh, we're getting a house together, Juan paid for the down payment because he's the breadwinner or whatever it is, right? Or is she now the breadwinner? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not so much that they're not married, it's that they're putting up this front. So what it looks like is, oh, I bought this house with my hat money, and then Juan is living with me off of, you see what I'm saying? How that's different? Like, that's what everybody is saying about Candiace and Chris, and they are married, and people are shady about that. So I'm just saying how it looks, right? The optics of it. Hey, LJ Forever, she's not getting out of the bed till 2 p.m., but she wants us to believe that she is hustling many bedazzled hats. It's not mathing. Oof, I agree. I was great, and it was rough. It was rough. Hey, can I get a witness? He goes, hello, Candy and the Candy Canes, here for your commentary. Thank you, sweetheart. Yes, come through, come through. We will be doing Messy Mondays. Hey, beautiful Connie B. She says, hey, Candy. She's dropping some candy canes. Hey, sweetheart, thank you for coming through. Hey, Tamara, Ashley is cray-cray. Ashley is cray-cray, and she can go bye-bye. Like, okay, this is the thing. If Ashley comes back next season, she needs a brand new storyline. I don't want to see you having babies, and I don't really care about Michael cheating because I don't think he's cheating. I think you guys have an open marriage, and the only problem is when it gets caught out and you get embarrassed. But I don't think he's cheating. I don't think she cheats. I think they do what they want with who they want, and they only have an issue with it when it gets called out. That's why she has that very nonchalant response when it gets called out. It's more like, do what you want, but don't embarrass me. So I don't even care about that anymore. So I don't really know what Ashley is going to bring next season. Like, is she going to have a 5-wick candle line to compete with Karen and Wendy? Like, is she going to start a business? Is she going to, I don't know. Like, I don't know what Ashley can do. Like, she doesn't have a business. Like, what does Ashley do for work? The restaurant closed, right? So maybe she's starting her own fashion line, or I don't know. But Ashley needs to bring something because I don't want to see her pregnant again. I don't personally. Hey, LJ Forever. She says, I almost fell out when Ashley said that. No, the mic drop should have been someone saying how Michael. I know. Okay, that's so Audie. Get ready. I have a couple more comments and I'm bringing you up. Hey, Taki War and Wendy beef with Mia because when they had the couple game night, Wendy told Eddie to put down neither on the card, and Mia said Eddie wanted Mia name down, and Wendy being pressed since then. That's right. That is right. Thank you for that, Takia. That is right. That is so true. Okay. Kamiko, you have to compartmentalize Nicki because it's a lot. Yes, I do have to put it in the different buckets when it comes to Nicki, 100%. Hey, Darren Hood, I was literally taking off my seat when Nicki got and Ashley together. Me too! I was like, yes, you really read everything in my mind. Hey, Fox Counselor, Wendy probably mad from watching the show playback. She seemed cool with Mia on the trip. Yeah, something went down. Hey, that's so Audie. What is up, sweetheart?
Nothing's going on. I was watching it in Real Housewives last night and comments because let me tell you, when Nicki came on the stage and went straight to Ashley, I was like, why? Why? Because it was like, okay, you read my mind, Nicki, but like, you don't have to compare that hard. Like, you didn't have a storyline and all that. But it was like, true. Like, you should have said it here, but Andy gave her the green light.
Yes, Andy gave her the green light. And I think the reason why she went so hard is because Nicki understood the assignment. Nicki asked for the assignment, right? She put it out there in social media universe. So she understood the assignment, and then Andy co-signed it. And I also think they know that based on the last reunion, this is what the people want to see. This is what people want to see. The Ashleys, the Green-Eyed Bandits, the Candiaces being held accountable and being called to task. Because last reunion, they just killed Monique. right? She came with the
Yeah,
binder,
you are
she came
going down.
campaigning, but they were blazing on her. She held her own, but they were blazing on her, and they saw how that worked. So I think that Andy sort of doesn't want to get his hands dirty, but he wants to bring in somebody else who can do it, right?
Well, the person who really should be dragged is Andy. Sorry, I have to say that.
Yes! I agree.
The person who should be dragged is Andy because, one, you let them go down in Monique's skin. You let them bring the rumor about a trainer, which it wasn't true. Yeah, the real person who really should be questioned, Nicki should have went down first, was Giselle and Robyn. Robyn is the driest one on the show. Let's be honest. She's the boringest one. She's the driest one. And she's the brokest one with $3 million. I don't know how you can make $3 million. $3 million. I just Googled it. Yeah. Oh my God. Bad speech. Anyway, what I was talking about? How you gonna make $3 million with a hat line? I bought one of them hats. It was hard.
It was hard. This is the thing. And it's also like what we learned from Simon Guobadia. People can place any type of website or media they want. So you can put out there net worth or all this stuff. You can actually pay companies to put out information about you. So we don't know if that's even a real number or not, because you can pay for that. I'm not saying that's what Robyn did, but
she's broke to pay some companies, though. I don't know. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We're going to take some more comments. So LJ Forbes says, Dorothy is beyond dehydrated. She'd do the most trying to outshine her own daughter. I agree. And it's hard to watch her, and it's tough, and I'm tired. It's sad, and I'm tired of it. And it's enough. It's very depressing. And I think they all live together.
They don't no more. She lives in Atlanta.
They don't anymore?
Okay, so this is something. I live in a home area. Really, I live in the DC area. I used to live, I'll say, 15 minutes from Candiace. That girl used to live in a natural harbor. I think she used to live those townhouses. Dorothy, full name was on the lease. So you know how people will, it was like a family fund. So Dorothy took advantage of it because she bought it while she was in college. How do you say this? Dorothy didn't know that Candiace was getting engaged and married until, I think, how do you say it? Until they planned a date and stuff. It was like a long story. It's like a long family backstory. So I think Dorothy was doing way too much. To live in there. Yeah. She was doing way too much. But I think that Candiace has real mommy issues and daddy issues.
Yes, 100%.
She's going off with her husband should divorce her. I think she's going to get a divorce next year. I have a theory.
I wouldn't be surprised. And LJ Forever says, I hear that Ashley and Candiace beef is orchestrated, and seeing Candiace defend Ashley made me think that could be possible. Well, this is the thing. I don't know if it's necessarily orchestrated. It might be, to use Robyn words, it might be embellished. You know what I mean? It might be embellished. I do think stuff has gone down between them. But like, this is what I've always said. I do think Candiace wants to be friends with Ashley. But Candiace is so emotionally stunted that when she doesn't get what she wants the way she wants it, she lashes out, because she did the same thing to Karen. She really wanted Karen's validation. And Monique, exactly. Monique dragged her and mollywopped her.
I cannot be in the Real Housewives because I might have to tell people.
It's gonna be crazy. Oh, and you know what I want to talk about? I want to bring this up. I've also been hearing about, and I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you think, Adi, and I want to know what you guys think in the chat box. I want your opinion on it. It's Odie?
Yeah.
Odie. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, so that's Odie. Okay. Hey, Lulu M. Hey, what's up? Sorry, I had to give a quick shout out. All right, I want to know what you guys think about this. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about accountability. And I'm just going to say it, these are Candiace supporters. These are pro-Candiace people. And they're all like, you guys, right? They're like, oh, you guys don't know what accountability means. You're saying Candiace needs to be held accountable. She needs to take accountability. But she is. She's just not backing down. She's just not apologizing. She's taking accountability. No, let me finish. No, it's okay, because I'm going to tell you why I think they're wrong. Okay. And they're like, oh no, Candiace says, I know what I said. I said what I said, blah, 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 blah. You guys are the ones who don't know what you're saying, and it's all hypocritical, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
That is, yes, that's what she's saying, but that's not what accountability is. There is a difference between, I'm about to mute you because I gotta finish this. Okay, there is a difference. Oh, I didn't mean to take you all the way out. I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, so there is a difference between, there's a difference between accountability and ownership. Candiace is taking ownership of what she's saying. She's basically saying, I said what I said, and I stand by what I said. I don't care if it hurt your feelings. I wanted to hurt your feelings. I don't care. I said what I said. That is taking ownership. Taking accountability is saying, I said what I said, and I'm being accountable that what I said affected you in this way, whether that way was good, bad, or otherwise. I am taking accountability. I am being empathetic. I am understanding that what I said had this effect on you. And I'm taking ownership of the effect that it had on you. That is accountability. That is not what Candiace is doing. Candiace is taking ownership. She's like, yeah, I said it, what? But she is not taking accountability. And that is also versus being held accountable. To be held accountable is when people call her out to the court, call her to the carpet, and they say, hey, you said this happens. That's being held accountable. Other people hold you accountable. You take accountability for the effect of what you say and do on other people. And ownership is owning what you said. So, hey, talk with Turkfish. Do you want to share your thoughts? And then we can go to that. So, Odie. Other people. And ownership is owning what you said. So, hey, talk with Turkfish.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but do you want to mute that so we don't get the feedback?
Okay. Is my camera showing or something?
I see your fan.
Okay, let me turn that off. How do you turn this thing off? I don't want to be on video.
Okay, you're not on video anymore.
Okay. Hi, Candy.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for coming up.
I'm glad I'm finally able to come in and talk to you for a bit. So y'all are talking about Candiace.
Mm-hmm.
So of course I am a Candiace fan, pro Candiace, of course. So I just feel like they are not. I feel like with this cast, it's like Candiace can do something and it's the end of the world, but these women can also do the same thing, and it's like people just skip over it and act like it never happened, because every last one of these women have had a moment in their past seasons where they have been destructive. They have came for people's marriages. They have said some vicious and vile things. Karen, I love you. You're my fave, one of my faves. But Karen, remember you told Ashley to tell her husband not to drop the soap. I think that's disrespectful, on TV to say. So I just feel like it's always different energy when it comes to Candiace versus everybody else.
Okay, but you know why I think that? Okay, wait, really quickly. Lulu, the link is pinned. The call-in link is the pinned link on the comment. So anybody wants to come in, it's the link is pinned and it's the pinned comment. But again, I think it goes back to the likability factor when it comes to Candiace.
Yeah.
I concede. I'm not completely biased. I concede. I think all of the women at some point have said some foul, low down, dirty stuff about each other, right? Like, we just have to admit that. They all have done it. But again, at the same time, we're all human beings. We've all have said or done some low down, foul stuff. However, there is a difference between someone who systematically goes in the gutter, below the belt, consistently and pathologically, and at all times and to anyone. Like, there's no bottom to the petty, right? And I think that's the issue with Candiace, where it is this systematic thing. And also when it comes to Candiace, you also see that there's just such a lack of any type of emotional intelligence when it comes to that. And it's almost childlike to watch her. Yeah. And I think that's what the issue is. And it is that likability factor. I mean, Karen can say something, but I just like Karen. And it is what it is. And I think the women, again, it goes back to who can take accountability for the effect that their words and actions have on other people. And I think all of the women are able to take accountability for the effect that they have, except for Candiace. And I think that is why she's not likable. Because she takes ownership, but she does not take accountability. And that's why people just don't like her. It is always somebody else's fault. I said something evil to you. You're upset about it. It's because you're too sensitive.
Yeah.
What? Do you see what I'm saying?
You can't tell nobody, you know, what to be emotional about or how they should feel, in all honesty, of course. But do you feel like that being accountable and do you think that goes hand in hand with acknowledging, you know, what you've done wrong? Like as far as Candiace's likability?
Yeah, I definitely think it goes hand in hand, because I think when you take accountability, you are able to step into the space where you do validate and acknowledge the feeling of another person and the effect that you had on them. And if someone can take that type of accountability for the way I made someone feel, whether that was my intention or not, that is a likability factor. That is authenticity. That's level of vulnerability that makes you connect to someone. But someone who just says, I said what I said, whatever, you can't connect to that person. You're not going to give that person grace. You're not going to be understanding. You're not going to like that person. Because we're all human beings. We all have said some grimy things at some point in our life. It is what it is. We're human beings.
True.
But the people who are able to say, and also with Candiace, she clearly is in a place where you can't tell her anything. Because during the reunion, Robyn and Giselle and Karen, they were trying to give her some insights, being like, hey, sis, listen, if everybody is saying that the sky is blue and you're the only one saying that the sky is pink, the sky might be blue, and it might be time to change how you are doing things and how you're perceiving things. And she made it very clear, I'm good. So that's another likability factor. If you can't have conversations with people about how other people experience them, where they actually care. Like, I'm the type of person where if you come to me and you're like, you know, Candy, when you said this, it really made me feel this type of way. Or, you know what, you're consistently coming across this way. I'm going to step back and be like, whoa, I didn't realize that, but thank you for telling me that. Let me look at myself and let me see how maybe I can move differently. Right. Because I care about how other people experience me. I care that if what I say hurts somebody else. But when you have someone like Candiace, who only cares about what she thinks and how she feels and how you're treating her, that is why she is so unlikable. And that is the problem with Candiace. And that's why all these other women get away with it and Candiace doesn't. And that's why she's getting all the smoke.
I just hate it because it's like she's going to have to be the scapegoat to kind of get through all of the backlash that she's getting. Because if you look back through the seasons, like when Candiace first came in, of course she had to fight to, you know, let it be known, hey, you can't book me, you can't say what you want to say to me, just like the other women had to. And I think Candiace has got to the point where she's just tired, because I know from my own personal experience, I've had so many people over the years try to tell me, you should feel like this, you should act like this, you should do that, you should do this, or your mouth is to this. And it's like, it's to a point where you're tired of hearing outside opinions. And when you get to that point, it's like, I don't want to hear what nobody else has to say about me. Let me make my own decisions of how I feel. And I feel like Candiace is at that moment in her life where she's like, I don't know what nobody else says about me. I don't care how y'all view me. I know I'm living my life as, you know, structurally as possible, the way I want to live it. And I think she's in that moment, and I think it's coming across a little misconstrued to the people. Instead, like you said, it's just a likability thing at this point. She just has to win the people back over, maybe patch up all of the relationships she's had with people. But I really do miss out too. There really began to be a hate train with Candiace after that fight with Monique. And it's like people really condone physical violence from what I see online. And I don't like the people who stand for physical violence. I don't care what nobody says. There should be no physical violence across all levels. I don't care how mad someone makes you. that's on you to fix that inside of you. You don't put your hands on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Men on men, women on women, vice versa. I don't feel like physical violence should be a thing at all. And I see a lot of people really going up for the fact that Monique dragged this girl, and Monique feeling bad. I mean, Candiace feeling bad about it afterwards, and people coming at her for feeling some type of way. I myself was in a very traumatic situation, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like that. It wasn't from my mouth or nothing like that. It was, but I was in a situation like that, and it can be very traumatic to you. But I had multiple people, so it was different from Candiace's. So it could
Yeah.
be traumatic being in, a fight, things like that. And I just feel like that's what it is with Candiace. I just don't like how people are still supporting the physical violence aspect of it all, and just saying she deserved to get dragged, because nobody deserves to get dragged and not be able to really defend themselves.
Right. But I think I hear what you're saying, and I don't condone violence. I'm not saying I think violence is okay, but I do think that there's a couple of things going on here. I think one, I don't think so much people are condoning violence. I think people are understanding how Monique got there. And I think people are understanding how Candiace took her there. Words are also a form of violence. There is a thing called emotional abuse, and there is a thing called verbal abuse. And words can be just as cutting as a fist. Words can be just as hurtful as a slap. Like, words are very, very powerful, very, very powerful. And it's not like this was in a vacuum where all of a sudden Monique just popped off randomly and mollywopped her out of the blue, completely random. Oh my God, can't believe this happened. No, it was systematically brought up to that boiling point. And I think that's what people are not necessarily condoning the violence, but they understand why it got taken there. Again, we're all human beings, and a part of being humans, there is peace, but there is also violence. It's like, you see what I'm saying? I'm not condoning it, but I think that people understood why it got to that boiling point. And I think the problem that people were having with Candiace's response, and again, I don't think you can I agree, you can't tell someone how long something is going to traumatize them, or how long they're going to be hurt by it, or how to respond to trauma. I agree with that 100%. Everybody's feelings are their own. Their timetable is their own. But again, I think it goes back to what we're talking about with accountability and likability, but not so much even likability, but more accountability. Because the problem was Monique was able to say, yes, Candiace did X, Y, and Z, but I also take accountability for the role I played. I shouldn't have gotten out of character. I shouldn't have hit her. And Monique did say I owe her an apology, but at that time, Candiace had taken it to the courts. So Monique couldn't even contact her because Candiace had filed that police report and that court report. So Monique had gotten to the point where she said, you know what? I understand why I did this, but I was also wrong. I owe her an apology. I had my own stuff going on, and I want to reach out to her, but she couldn't because of the court order, right? But Candiace, again, has never once taken a single ounce of accountability for what happened with her and Monique.
She did remember go back and watch the last reunion. Andy said, well, can you at least take accountability for your part? And Candiace responded, yes, I surely can, for sure. I definitely accountability for my part that I played in it. But she said she's still the same way
Go ahead. That's so Adi. Odie, I'm so sorry. That's what Odie.
It's fine. Andy doesn't. I mean, if somebody has to make you take accountability of what you did, that is wrong. But me, even though I'm like Candiace, I have a mouth powerful than a lot of people. But
me too.
Y'all silly.
I'm Sagittarius like her, and our birthdays are 5 days apart. We have a mouth like a crazy person. Like, ooh. But she needs to learn how to filter herself. Filter herself, because she doesn't know if something happened on the street. She's popping off on somebody. Somebody will actually come pop her in her head. But I don't condone violence, though. I kind of did condone violence.
But she only does it to the other women, which the other women have done it to the other women as well. Which is why is there a disconnect with Candiace because the other women don't fight. They're not condoning fighting, and they still have war with their
That's a
words.
lie.
When
That's a
Karen
lie.
said that Giselle had an STD on
Oh, I was
camera,
about to say that.
that was so disrespectful. Like, if you said it about
Shots on fire, why you can't keep it in? You
on
want to talk
a
about that?
war of words, at that point, all bets are off. You said
And
something
an
about
alcoholic. I hate Giselle, but
yes.
it was wrong. An alcoholic, a drunk, a crack kid. Ooh, a lot. That's worse than Quad saying Mariah was a cokehead.
Oh my God, yes, and I hated that too. And it's like they definitely did not come for Quad the way they're coming for Candiace mouth. They didn't come for Heavenly out of all people.
Mhm.
Y'all mama, y'all bald
Your mama multiple times on Married to Medicine, and it wasn't a big thing. And they even let Mariah go after a few seasons, even though she was the one being wronged most of the time on the show.
And that's why they're getting sued by Mariah too.
Right. And
I hope she wins. I hope she wins. But I also think the difference is like Candiace also goes that. Oh wait, hold on. No, Lulu, we can't hear you. Take yourself off mute, Lulu. Are you on mute? Or check which microphone is attached to your settings.
Oh, I saw the comments. Quad was just telling her truth. Ooh.
Quad was just telling her truth though. Okay, let's see what they're saying in this comment box. Let's see. Hey, Tamara. She goes, not true. She does the same stuff online, like wishing death on people. I agree. That's the thing. Candiace takes
Giselle?
it too... No, Candiace. Candiace takes it too far. She's online, on Twitter, wishing death on people, going crazy. Like, it's too much. It's too much. Hey, Erika. She goes, again, Giselle and Karen, there's fun to it. Yeah, there's a thin line and there's a rivalry in history that viewers love. With Candiace, everything is so serious because she cries and toss salad. I agree 100%. It goes to the fact that Candiace is so emotionally stunted. She personalizes everything and she's so reactionary. And she actually thinks she's in this fantasy world, whereas Giselle and the Karens and the Kenyas understand the assignment. They show up, they sign in, and then they check out. Whereas there is no checkout for Candiace or for Chris. And Chris is online yelling at bloggers and stuff.
Messy boots.
Yeah.
He's a mini Peter.
That part I can agree. Like she could stop after she says whatever she says to them on camera and stuff. She could keep it off social media.
Mm-hmm.
Or she can keep it professional like Porsha did.
Yeah.
Very much so. Because Kenya also did feel some type of way for a very long time about being dragged too on camera. So
because she was embarrassed because that fiery tongue was her fiery tongue on her hands wasn't to herself. So yeah, I would have dragged her too.
Me too. No, it's okay. Lulu, try and come back in. I want to hear your thoughts if you can. So if you're able to, come back in, Lulu. Okay, so Foxy Counselor says, but Wendy told Giselle that she would whoop her if she messed with her family. Yeah, I don't find anything wrong with that. Like, this is the thing. They literally came for her whole family. That could affect her children. And also, Eddie has an actual job. He's an actual lawyer at an actual law firm. And the rumor out there was that he was having an affair with a woman who worked at his law firm. That could be a sexual... Was it a client? I thought it was another lawyer. But anyway, someone associated with his law firm. That could be a sexual harassment claim. That could be a Me Too claim. That could be a lot of things. That could get him fired. That could get him sued. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a bigger deal. And also, again, to what Wendy said, I think Wendy could have, she needed to chill out a little bit. She was like a little, I don't want to call it, again, I don't use the aggressive word, but I do think that she needed to pull back a little bit. But at the same time, she was right. There were all of these rumors out there about Giselle and her hot box, and she paid Jamal $100,000 to be the fake boyfriend or on the storyline and all of these things. But what they chose to talk about was the alleged rumor about Eddie. And I think Wendy was right. It was calculated. They didn't want any of their stuff, true, alleged or not, to come out. So they were like, well, let's go after the girl who actually has a husband. And who actually has something to lose. Because the truth is, Robyn and Giselle have nothing to lose. Wendy was 100% right. And that's why Giselle didn't get a spinoff and Karen did.
Period.
Yeah.
Point blank, period.
Can I say something about Giselle?
Yeah.
Giselle is a broke person. She has nothing to lose except some edges in a wig. But yeah, we saw her wig on that reel and it was super bad. She needed a lace front. Get a new stylist, but she did though. But like I said, Wendy, they thought, oh well, let's do the same thing we did to Monique. Started rumor about somebody's family. Started rumor about somebody's family. Then get aggressive. And it said, oh, Wendy's a bad guy. See, they're calculating stuff because Robyn and Giselle be doing a little shady stuff. That's why I think they're lovers. Oh, I did not say that.
Sharing hotel rooms, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Lulu, do you want to share? Can you hear us? Oh, Lulu. We can't hear you still.
Is she good?
Oh, no.
Well.
Make sure it's all connected because we want to hear your thoughts. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so Young Rich says, but Wendy contradicted herself because she shamed Monique for what happened last season, now threatening to whoop somebody over almost the same situation. So this is the thing, Young Rich. I agree with you 100%. That's why last season I did not rock with Wendy. I thought that she was a yes woman to the Green-Eyed Bandits. She basically was their lappy. You know, she did what they said. She rolled with it. She went after Monique just as hard in order to be in their good graces, which is why this season, again, I don't think it's colorism. I think it's the fact that Wendy got her own mind and Wendy wasn't doing their legwork and Wendy sided with Karen, and that's why they turned on Wendy. I don't think it had anything to do with Wendy's color of her skin. And I agree. I think Wendy was dead wrong for what she did to Monique. And I think that she does need to apologize to Monique publicly for what she did, considering now she knows exactly how it feels. And that's why she said, remember when they were doing like the whiskey stuff when they went to Virginia or wherever they went. And remember she went off on Giselle and she was just like, everything everybody said about you is true. And the life you live now is the karma for what you did. I think that's what she was referring to. Like everything everybody said about you is true because, oh, when I was cool with you, you didn't do it to me, but now you turned on me and now you're doing to me what you did to everybody else. So so I agree with that. Wendy, you're also getting a little bit of your own karma because you didn't have to co-sign going after Monique and her marriage, you know, making up lies about or alleged or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to go for Monique's children, the paternity of her children, the status of her miscarriage. You know what I mean? Like that was just some low down, dirty in the gutter stuff. So again, turnabout's fair play. You can't be that shocked, Wendy, that when you swim with fishes, they bite you. You got bit, but you had no problem with it last season. So I agree with that 100%, but that doesn't absolve Giselle and Robyn and everybody else from what they did. They're still wrong and they're still going to get theirs. And I hope Nicki brings it to them.
My queen is going to bring it to them.
Yes, she is. Oh, Lulu. Yeah. Let's see what they're saying in the chat. Yeah, you want to talk? Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, what I was about to say. Oh, karma. So it's like karma is a real, I can't even say the word. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it. But it's like you guys literally trying to plot on somebody because they're best friends with your narc enemies. I mean, what's it called? I mean, your enemy at the time. One, Karen literally said you had an STD. You didn't literally. She literally said you had a fiery box.
She said, the box is hot. Hey, Chi-Town, Naja girl, what is up? She goes, hey, all, I agree, Candy. Wendy was dead wrong last year, and she thought Giselle was cool because they were our sorority sisters. Giselle has always used her to go after Monique. I agree, Chi-Town, 100%. She has always used Monique and Wendy or anybody else to go after Monique because at the end of the day, Giselle was jealous of Monique, point blank, period. And Robyn doesn't have her own mind, so she just follows Giselle around like a little lapdog. Hey, Erika, she goes, but can we agree Wendy is a hypocrite, but also Candiace is a crybaby and Giselle and Robyn is trash? All things can be true. I agree. I don't like to call people trash, but I get what you're saying. But I agree. No lies detected. Wendy was a hypocrite and turnabout's fair play. Candiace is a crybaby who's emotionally stunted, and Giselle and Robyn are deeply flawed people. So I agree. And no storyline. What's going on in their life? I'm sorry, your embezzled hats, e-commerce.
I'm tired of hearing about Juan. Juan just really need to tell you straight up, I'm mad at you took my money and invested in something I did not hear about and got it stolen. And now we're broke. Foreclosure. Bye. And then Robyn just needed to be honest. I think Robyn's honest. Is being honest. She's being really honest. But
she's the one who paid for the house?
Yes. No. Girl. Hat money is like.
I was like, wait.
Goodwill. Is giving goodwill. But no shade. You doing your little $3 million a good push. But they have no storyline. And that's why Ashley is kissing their butt because they brought their little clique because none of them has no storyline. And I realized
none of them.
They get the free push. They have a free push in Bravo because no storyline.
Yep. No
husband. Nope. I mean, Ashley has a husband, but he's gay.
Come on. Hey.
But yeah.
Shout out to all the LGBTQIA trans community. We are inclusive here at the Candiace Shah. Yes, girl. We're inclusive here. We love everyone. All are welcomed. And Akira says, and hey, Cardi B, thank you for that. Cardi B had said, yeah, last season Wendy was wrong over that Monique situation. She was dead wrong. Hey, Akira, she goes, do you think Giselle is a narcissist or on the spectrum? I think, you know what it is with Giselle? I think that Giselle is, I think she has narcissistic tendencies. I think she's very ego-based. And I think, again, she is emotionally stunted, but in a different way than Candiace. I don't think she's an actual narcissist. Do I think she's a mean girl? Yes. Do I think she's deeply unhappy with her own life? Yes. And I think that she's so unhappy with herself that she likes to create chaos and drama and unhappiness in other people. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't feel so alone in her misery. I think it's more like misery loves company. I don't think Giselle is a narcissist. I think she's based in ego. I think she has narcissistic tendencies. I think she's a deeply unhappy person, but I wouldn't classify her as a narcissist.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
She wants everybody to be miserable with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
everybody. Exactly.
She's still mad at the fact that her ex-husband, Jamal, had a lot of kids while they were married. She's still jealous of the situation. She's still mad that she can't find a man because her box is fired. That's why she's mad. She's just mad about a lot of stuff, and she just needs to calm down and be like,
"Box hot."
She needs to look at him and be like, "Oh, I need to get this done. I need to get all this done." Because one, you can't dress, baby girl. I don't know who wants to date a girl who can't dress. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing. It's like she to claim that she's so beautiful, she needs to get it together. Exactly. I don't get that. I don't get it.
Y'all go to Giselle's Twitter and look at her background, and then look
2009. At she's still stuck in high school.
Like versus
her glory days when she peaked.
Yeah, she's giving 2012.
She peaked. Yeah,
but get it right. Pick a struggle.
People like Giselle. People like Giselle. You know, back in the day, it was okay for Giselle to be messy and have no man, but you're getting older. You're 50 years old. That's why your daughters. I'm sorry. That's why your daughters don't even care about you no more. They think that you're mentally not there, and they think, "Oh wow, since my dad's having all these kids and I have all these little siblings, my mom is just not mentally there and care about other people's lives. I'ma just do me."
Basically. And Cardi B brings up a really good point. Hey, Cardi. Hey, sweetheart. Cardi says, Robyn said she will continue to bring up Juan's past to him. Wow, Robyn, do you not understand you are torturing Juan every time you bring it up? No wonder he doesn't want you. Cardi, I agree with you 100%. I think Robyn was dead wrong. And I mean dead wrong for continuously bringing up to Juan the situation of him being an absentee father when the boys were young.
I disagree.
Okay. Let me tell you why, and then I want to hear your opinion. So I'll tell you, and then I want to hear you. And this is why. Because he communicated to you multiple times, that is the past. I don't want to talk about it. To me, it seemed like he didn't want to talk about it on camera. And I understand that. The boys are bigger now. The boys are able to go on YouTube, go on Bravo, and watch this. What father wants their son to watch a show where their mother is continuously saying, you were a deadbeat dad, you weren't there when the boys were young, you weren't there when they were born, you weren't there? What dad wants that on TV for their own sons to see, their sons' friends to see, and all of that stuff? And it also comes a point where that needs to be a behind the scenes conversation. I know it's reality TV, but let's be real. It's all a production. It's all a show. There are things that you always need to keep sacred. And if you're a person who you are alleging you are about to remarry and engage to, the father of your children is communicating to you, this is one thing that's off limits. This is really bothering me. And you continuously throw that in his face on national television, you're damn right he's going to roll up that window and drive off. I would have done the same thing. She was dead wrong for it. Robyn, if you still had misgivings about it, but you should have already had that conversation before you agreed to get married with this man, if that's even true or just for storyline. You should have already had that conversation. If we have more children, this is the way it's going to go. That's why people need to stop getting engaged and stop getting married before actually having a foundation or actually having communication or actually having a common goal, strategy, outlook on life together. Because if they're having this fight right now, then why are they engaged to be married? If they can't come together on this thing, why are you getting remarried? That makes no sense. And I think that she should have respected what Juan was saying. He was like, listen, these are my sons. I want you to stop saying that I was an absentee father during that time. You said it before. We've talked about it. Now stop. I agree with Juan 100%. I think she was dead wrong, and that's why Juan doesn't mess with her. There's certain lines you don't cross for a TV show. And if she still had those problems, that is an outside conversation. But go Turkbish. I want to hear you. What you have to say.
Okay. This is my point of view on the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
They're already living in dysfunction as it is, as a family. We see it. We already see, that you guys have a lack of communication, poor communication skills. And I felt like in that moment, Robyn felt as if, hey, this is my moment to be able to discuss this. We're talking about having kids, getting married again, the whole 9 yards again. We need to make sure that we don't go into this marriage and this pregnancy with the same drama that we had before when you were running the streets as a coach or as a player, whatever you were doing back in the day in basketball, hanging out, not being able to be home with the kids. I'm not going through that again before I sign up for it again. So I understand why she brought it up, and I feel like she only would be able to get that moment. She probably felt she was only going to be able to get that moment to talk about that with him on camera because that's something they probably have a hard time discussing off camera as it is. And I also don't feel like she's wrong only because, one, you sat up there in the beginning of the season and almost tried to call her a lazy mom in the beginning. Like, we're not going to forget he tried to, say, you don't wake up to
and
this
unattractive.
Time. And called you unattractive.
Yeah.
So I felt like
my boyfriend
at this point it was fair. Brought that up. Because you did that to her. I felt like she has the right to be tired. She's taking care of the kids while you're at basketball camp and doing all the other 9 yards. You're never there to record scenes, which is another job that is for you. If your wife is contracted to be on this job, that's your job as well, Juan, to be able to support her. She's a housewife, for God's sake. She has to have a husband to be a housewife or somebody there to support her. You're never on camera, so she's doing all of this work herself. She has her own business now with the hats, and I'm not no Robyn fan or nothing like that. I can care less about her, but
and her boring
that's
self.
that's how I feel like she had the right to bring it up. That's the conversation we're gonna have. We're gonna try to get married again if it happens, but
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen either.
Michael's not gonna let it happen. He's not letting his boo thing go.
Oh,
Hell no. Michael was just like, he's like, over my dead body. No.
It started when I left Robyn. You were my boo. That's what Michael gonna be singing.
And guess what? While Robyn was on that where they at the what shore they were? I forgot.
Chesapeake Bay, Virginia Shore.
No, it wasn't. It was in Maryland.
Maryland.
I would just say Ocean City. While they were in Ocean City, I think Michael and Juan went to Vegas
They did something together. It's
It's not like
allegedly.
they hang around. I think they talk. I think they talk every day. And I was talking to one of my best friends about this. I was like, Juan really lets Michael really do that? Like, really? I'm like, I could never. If I would feel uncomfortable.
They're in it together. Okay, remember Ashley even at the reunion? When Andy was like, "Well, didn't Michael say he wanted to do something to?" Michael said he wanted to do fellatio to Juan, and Ashley was like, "Oh yeah, but he didn't say he didn't like it, or he didn't like it, or something like that." At the reunion, part 3,
remember season 4,
girl. And also at the season finale, Juan was quick to defend his man. He jumped over that table when it was Juan and Chris. He was like, hey, whoa, hey. Like, Juan was quick.
And he was quick.
Juan won a
threesome. It's just like, probably Giselle's probably not mad at it because Robyn is her little boo thing.
Exactly. Hey, Cotty, welcome to the chat.
But
Cotty?
it's like, girl.
Cotty, you there? Hey, Cotty.
She might be not there.
Are you here? Well, chime in when you get back, girl. Chime in.
Well, Candy, I'm not to. I'm gonna go ahead and bow out gracefully.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much for coming up.
Of course. Can I plug myself real quick for your?
Please, yes, go ahead.
You guys, listen to my podcast. It's on all major streaming networks. I just got to iHeartRadio, so I'm really excited about that. So iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Talk with Turk Bish, where I give you all the tea. I'll be coming to YouTube soon, so like and subscribe. I have a video coming up tonight. So I'm elated. You guys just please follow me and listen in. You're going to enjoy all of my commentary. And Candy, hopefully we can collaborate soon.
I would love to. Like, DM me, email me, reach out. I would love to collaborate. So just let me know.
Okay, I'll hit you up on our Twitter. You know, that's where we talk.
Okay.
Love you, girl.
Love you too. Thank you so much for coming up.
Of course.
See you soon.
Bye. Okay, do you guys you want to talk about Tammy Roman now? I feel like we got all the role.
Lost a lot of weight.
Okay, so she lost a lot of weight, but I'm gonna give the cliff notes. Okay. So what's happening with Tammy Roman? She was on like the Real or the Talk or something like that. And she basically made this comment about how she would be cool with going on a break with her husband, Eddie, who is about 20 years younger than her. So Tammy's early 50s. I believe he's 30s. And she was like, oh, I'm cool with, going on a break with him. He could go and find a woman to have a baby with. I'm a woman of a particular age. We've been trying IVF and it's not working. My eggs aren't, they may not be healthy. They might not be able to produce a healthy child. He's an only child. He doesn't have children. He wants his legacy to go on. So I would be cool with him, going for like a year and a half, 2 years, finding a woman, having a child, then coming back to me, and then we can co-parent the child with that woman, and that would be cool. But during that time, I would not sleep with other men because he's still my husband. And she got a bunch of some praise for that. Some people thought she was very evolved and selfless. And then some people also thought that she was, it was a lot of backlash. Like, what are you talking about? Why would you want your husband to go out and have another baby? If you're this age, maybe it's just not the right relationship. If he wants kids and you're too old. But she was saying how he was like, oh no, he was like, no, I want to spend my life with you. Like, you're my wife. I love you. If I'm not meant to have children, then I'm not meant to have children, but I want to spend my life, with you. That's not what I want to do. Then she also came out and said that she suffers from body dysmorphia. So body dysmorphia is when you look in the mirror at yourself and you see a distorted version of yourself. Like, you might be really thin, but you see fat. You might be really pretty, but you think that you're ugly. So you have a skewed perspective of how you look, and this can cause eating disorders. Tammy said she was taking laxatives, not eating at some points, doing all this stuff because at 13 she wanted to be a model. She went to like a modeling scout agency, and model agent just ripped her a new one, was like, you're too fat, you're too this, you have fat on your knees, all of this crazy stuff. And that really messed with her self-esteem. She said it annihilated her self-esteem. And that kind of brought on the body dysmorphia, and that brought on the eating disorders. And that's why throughout the years, she's gotten really, really thin, really, really, like she's kind of fluctuated because she's had this disease. And then also she was also diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And so she had to really regulate her weight to manage the diabetes as well. So she had a lot going on this week with Tammy. My perspective on this is that I don't think we're getting the full story on what is going on with Tammy's health. And I'm gonna say that because shout out to Rodney the Voice. I was watching Rodney the Voice, and he was talking about this, and he played this clip where Tammy was saying how Eddie said, no, like, I want to spend the rest of the he said something along the lines of like, well, I'll have the rest of my life to have kids, and I want to spend the rest of the time that I have with you. And kind of, she said that, like, I'm paraphrasing, but reading between the lines, to me, that says she might, and I'm not, and again, this is just what me reading between the lines. I'm not putting this out there. This is alleged. This is me reading between the lines. I never want to speak ill or speak bad into anyone. That's not my intention. But just reading between the lines, it seems like she might be sick, or there might be something going on with her health that kind of made him say that. Because why would you say, well, I'll have the rest of my life to do that. I want the time we have now, or along those lines. You know what I mean? And then it also made me think that because if really the only issue was the fact that she's a woman of a particular age and her eggs may no longer be viable and it might not be a good idea for her to carry a child, then why not get a surrogate with a donor egg? There's sperm donors. There's also egg donors. So if the whole purpose is just for your husband to have legacy, to have a child that bears his name, that has his, DNA, get a donor egg, put his sperm in it, and get a surrogate to carry that child. And then you have that baby, and it's you and his baby. Like, that is the simplest thing. He doesn't have to take these 2 years off and find a younger woman to be with and to have this child, and that they would then co-parent that child. Like, she just went off the deep end, and it got very convoluted and very confusing. And then she had to do a YouTube video trying to clean it up and explain herself. And I think the reason why it got weird and convoluted and all of this stuff was because there's an aspect that they're not saying. And it's probably a health aspect. Because if it's just the age thing, and she said that she would want to co-parent with the child, like she would want to be active with the child, then she would want him to come back to her. If it's just the egg thing, then just get a donor egg. Happens all the time. Women get sperm donors, get an egg donor. And then that could be your child. No need to go out for 2 years and find somebody else and then co-parent with a whole other person. That would be your baby. So, and the fact that they didn't say that, and to me that would be, I'm not trying to make a very complicated situation simple, but to me that is the simplest explanation. If I am unable to bear my husband's child, but we are in love and we want to be together, the simplest thing to, and it's really about his legacy, the simplest thing to do is just to have another woman and an egg donor and his sperm, and then it's his biological child, and then we take the child. So I think that there's something else going on, just with the type of like, well, I'll have the rest of my life to do that. I want to spend the time that we have together. Her being like, well, you know what, just go off, find someone else. I don't know. I just think that there's something that is not being said that is really at the root cause of it. She was like, oh, my career being an actor, it's finally taking off. Tammy, you've been in the game for like 3 decades. You're here. Okay, girl. Like, so I don't know. I just think that there's something going on that they're not saying. But let me see what you guys think. And you too. What you think too, sweetheart?
The diabetes. I'm sorry.
You think it's the diabetes?
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just the diabetes, then why don't they just get a egg donor and use his sperm?
I'm like, okay, why are you getting why you're letting your husband going to sleep with another woman?
That's what I'm saying.
And you're technically allowing him to have an open relationship. What about if he falls deeply in love with that woman and never comes back to you?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, exactly. But it's weird. It's kind of weirding me out. It's like, okay, why you have a lot going on for yourself? Go get a circuit and then see. But it's kind of weird. I don't know. This is
Deb is saying, what in the world? Shaking head. I know, girl. I know. Hey, Erika. She goes, poor Tammy, the best one from the Basketball Wives. She was. Tammy was the best one, 100%. Hey, Kamiko. She goes, he doesn't want those things. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. I think something's going on. Tamara. Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. It has to be with something with her health. Because maybe, I don't want to say it though. Like death situation is a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. Tamara says, yes, she looks terminally ill. Not, I have emotional issues with my weight. Then, yeah, if it was true, she would have been real thin a long time ago. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't ever want to speak that into anyone's existence or life, but just being objective. And again, I'm with Tammy. I'm wishing you nothing but love, health, happiness, a very long, happy, healthy life. And I want that to be very, very clear, that I want nothing but happiness and health from you. But objectively looking at the situation and reading between the lines, it does seem like there's something else going on with you. It's not about the surrogacy. It's not about body dysmorphia. There's something going on. And so I'm just sending you a lot of love, a lot of prayers, and a lot of health and a lot of happiness. And I'm just really happy you have Eddie there to hold you down. Because to me, it sounded more like something's going on with her. And she was to Eddie like, you know what? You're young. Go live your life. Go do your thing. And he was more like, no, I'm going to hold you down. I love you. I want to spend the rest of the time that we have together. I want that to be with us together. So again, I never want to speak any illness into anybody's life at all. I want to make that very, very clear. Sending you nothing but love, Tammy.
Maybe he was saying like, yeah, we have a lot of chemistry together. I do not want to break that bond, but
yeah,
maybe we can just the rest of the time we have, because life is too short. You never know.
You never know.
We can just do that. I hope that is going on something else than
me too.
But maybe she has a ED,
an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Hey Tam C says it's opening the marriage up to complications. Yeah. And again, that's why I think it's something else going on. And I think she got caught up when she was talking on the reel and started kind of talking in circles. And then she had to go backtrack, because I think there's something bigger going on than an ED or body dysmorphia or the surrogacy. I think there's a bigger issue. And I think he's choosing to stand by her, which he should do. And I'm really happy that he is. And I think that what she offered him was a way out. And he chose not to take that way out. But I don't think that she's saying what is really wrong, because she doesn't even look like somebody with an ED. She looks sick. And people with EDs, they do look sick, but it's a different type of look, if that makes sense. I don't know.
She doesn't look like herself.
There's something. And again, I'm not speaking this over her. I'm not speaking this over anyone. I just want to speak love into her and health and happiness into her. Yeah. Hey, the candy shop. Hey, she says, hey, Candiace. Thank you for coming. Hey, Tamara, who's at Akira. I'm praying for her. Me too. Definitely praying for her.
We're all praying for her because.
Yeah. LJ Forever says it's heartbreaking to see. It gives me Chadwick Boseman vibes. Exactly. I hope it's nothing terminal. Exactly. Yeah. It gives me that type of energy, that type of vibe where it's. I don't think it's an ED.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an ED. I think the whole modeling body dysmorphia is a nice way to package up the way she's looking, but I don't think it's an ED. I think it's something else. And I'm just sending nothing but love. Hey, Erika, she goes, yeah, Chadwick vibes for sure. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what the break and the pause was with this. Hey, Erika, she goes, at least the difference with Chadwick, people are not talking about her weight. People seem to be more cautious and approaching it with concern. Yeah, because people did Chadwick dirty. They did him dirty.
Well, I kind of don't remember because it was a long time ago.
Hey, Lovers Rock. He goes, drugs. It was this. Hey, Lovers Rock. They were saying like, oh, is Chad on, drugs? Is he doing this and that or whatever? Because he had lost so much weight with Chadwick Boseman, but he had cancer. Hey, Loretta. She was bravo, Candy. I agree with you. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I love you. I love you so much. Okay. That's my sister. Okay. So LJ Rever says, Attic here, right, when I saw those pics of Chadwick, I didn't make fun of it. I just assumed it was for a movie. Yeah.
I think we all did.
Yep. Hey, Kamiko. She says she's been pushing for him to go have a baby, but he always saying that she is the one for him. I think that is why they got secretly married. Yeah, I think they got secretly married because she was worried that other women would sabotage it. And then also at the time, wasn't he beefing with one of her daughters? They've since made up, but for a long time, he did not get along with one of the daughters. Hey, Loretta, she goes, hey, love you too. So, yeah.
Tammy has kids too?
Tammy has 2 daughters, Lyric and Jazz, right? So she has two daughters. Yeah.
Why can't they just have a blended family? Barely blended, but a family that...
Yeah. Well, they're saying that he's an only child and he doesn't have children, so he wants like his seed, his legacy, his name to go on. But
maybe they just need to like go to an OG. What's it called?
OBGYN.
Yeah, they need to go and talk about surrogacy because she got all this money. She's getting all these shows. If you had
money for IVF. And you had money for all of that, then you had money to get a donor egg and use his sperm. Like, this is the thing. If they actually wanted that baby and there wasn't an extenuating circumstance, they could have had that baby.
They could have had it.
They have the money. They're healthy egg donors. Use his sperm. Get a surrogate. The Kardashians did it, except for it was their own egg. That's exactly what the Kardashians did. Kim only carried 1 baby, right? And then the other 2, but the other 2 were surrogates. Same thing. Just get a healthy egg, put in the sperm, pop it in the surrogate, and then take your baby.
Take your baby and take it right home.
People with enough money and means do it every day.
Take it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And Annie did. Annie Cohen had it.
Had what? Hi, the Queen of Cheesecake. She says, hi, everyone. Andy Cohen. Boom. There you go. His baby Ben. He did it. Exactly. Like, that's people do. That's why I'm saying I think there's something else going on. Because if it was just about the age, just about the egg, they could have had the baby. And I don't think it's an ED and body dysmorphia with her. It looks like something else.
Well, because if she was dealing with this, she wouldn't have got them breast implants and all that. Maybe it was with the, I don't know.
Kamiko is saying one of the daughters offered to carry the baby. They both said no. See? So something else is going on. You actually have somebody you have your own daughter offering to carry the child and you say no? What's really going on? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what's really good? You have all the opportunities. There's something going on here. Yeah. Hey, Robyn. Robyn says, Tammy had lipo years ago to get thin. Diabetes can do things differently to each person. I have diabetes too, and all hell is breaking loose. Oh, Robyn, I'm so sorry. She did not give him permission to have a relationship. Yeah, but the thing is, if the end goal is having a baby, they could have a baby. And then, not permission to have a relationship, but you're setting yourself up to, she literally said, to co-parent with the mother.
What?
That makes no sense. Why would you tell him to go out, find a woman for a year, for 1 to 2 years, have the baby, then come back to her so that the two of them can then co-parent with the baby's mom, when you could literally just have your own baby and not deal with any other outside woman or outside baby mama? That's why I'm saying this doesn't make sense.
And she's only 51.
She's only 51. Which, I mean, but you know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Naomi Campbell can. That's it, her name?
Naomi Campbell. I think she did do surrogacy. Surrogacy. But yeah, it happens. But that's the thing. I'm saying it doesn't make sense. If really the core issue is just Reggie wants a baby with his DNA, they could have had a baby with his DNA. Yeah. That's why I'm saying something isn't working out. Something doesn't make sense. And why would you want to co-parent with another woman when you could just have your own baby? It's not making sense. And Akira says they did on Basketball Wives. She did IVF and had a few miscarriages. Why she stopped and decided not to do surrogate raises questions. Exactly. Gabrielle Union did surrogacy too. Yep. Gabrielle, yep, she did. She did surrogacy.
There's a lot of people who did
surrogacy. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that did it, and
yep.
It's normal.
Tyra Banks. It's totally normal. That's the thing. It's 2021. It's totally normal. That's why I'm saying there has to be something else going on. It just because it doesn't make sense. If you're in and I do think that Eddie and Reggie. I do think Reggie and Tammy are in a loving relationship. I think the two of them truly love each other. So I don't think it's about cheating or anything like that. So there has to be something else that they're not saying, because it just doesn't logically make sense. If I was older, married to a younger man, and we are deeply in love, and he really, really wants his own child, and we have the means and money, get me a healthy egg, get me a healthy sperm, some of his, pop it in the surrogate, and now we have our baby. Candy Burris did it.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Candy Burris did it. It was her egg and his sperm, but same difference. You see what I'm saying? Candy Burris did it. Like Tyra did it. Naomi did it. Gabrielle Union did it.
A million people's doing it.
A million people's doing it. That's why I'm saying this doesn't make any sense. But something else is going on.
She had fibroids because she had 2 kids, and then fibroids can produce. Do she have fibroids? I don't know. Maybe, but even if she did have fibroids, she's not carrying the child. The surrogate is carrying the child. Yeah. Hey, Robyn, she told Reggie to go through the process in finding what he wants made to order. She will co-parent with him without bias. See, that's why I'm thinking something else is going on. Because if you think that you are going to be with this man forever, why are you saying you want to co-parent with him without bias with another woman when you could just go get your own baby? That's why I think there's another illness. There's something else going on where they're viewing the time as being limited. Oh my God.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, oh my God, I have to show you this picture.
Go ahead.
Give me a second.
Okay. I'll read the comments and let me know when you're ready.
Because it's scary to realize she really has a health issue. She doesn't look the same from 2 years ago.
I know. LJ Forever says, I think women should really reconsider getting butt and breast implants. I think at some point the foreign substance causes serious issues down the road, i.e. Wendy Williams. Oof, I know.
Ooh,
shout out to Wendy Williams. There's stuff going on about she's in a wheelchair, dementia, all this stuff. Shout out to you, Wendy Williams. Take care of yourself, Wendy.
We stand you, Wendy.
We stand you.
I heard she had lipo and breast implants.
She did. Hey, Rika at Robyn, but why not a surrogate? Maybe some thoughts later on. She decided she does not want to commit full time another 18 years to raise a child. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, it's not even about committing 18 years to raise a child. It's your husband and you are having the child. If it's about him and his legacy, you would commit to that. You're committing to co-parenting. So why wouldn't you just commit to co-parent with your husband? It just doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? It's not, the math isn't mathing. Hey, Kamiko, not to be grim, but people I know look like her, right? Oh, no. Oh, I know. It hurts my spirit. It hurts my soul. I was actually on the fence if I even wanted to say it, because I don't ever want to ever speak ill into anyone, ever. So, Tammy, I'm sending you love, light, healing, health, longevity. I pray I'm wrong. Hey, Akira. She goes, that's why she said co-parent, so she doesn't have to commit as heavily. Not when it's your husband and not when you're really in love. You know what I mean? Michael Jackson did it. Yup. He got a surrogate too. Yup.
Wait,
Deb says praying for Wendy Williams. Yeah. Michael Jackson got a surrogate, but I think he got sperm and eggs. I don't think any of his kids are biological. Michael Jackson's, no.
Anyway. Oh, wait, how do you share?
I don't know. I don't even know how to. I need to be more tech savvy myself. I don't even know how to do. You know, people be putting up images and all that stuff. I need to figure that out. Like, how do people put up images and stuff?
Wait, hold up. I think I found it. Oh, is this only for videos? Oh, hold up real quick.
Yeah, I gotta figure that out. So I can be savvy with you guys.
Because it's a photo out here. I could email it to you. I don't know. It's a photo that is comparing her to somebody. It looks disgusting. It looks weird. Not just, I can't say. You want to see it? Sorry.
No, it's okay. Hey, Kamiko. She goes, LJ Forever. There's studies out there proving a correlation between silicone implants and autoimmune diseases, even rare ones. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. No.
You can tell she had her breast implants because
she had breast implants, lipo, all that stuff. Like,
and a BBL.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. I'm not judging anybody. Everybody, if you want to do something to your body, you're of age, do it. Just please do your research. Go to somebody reputable. You don't want to be a K Michelle out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be really, really careful. Me personally, I would never get anything foreign to my body. I would never get butt. I would never get boobs, any of that stuff, because it's just, it's not.
It's
what God gave me is enough for me. Period. Let me just put it that way. God gave me is enough for me. And whoever is in my life, it'll be enough for them too. Period.
It's right here. Hold up. I found it. Ooh.
Okay. Do you know how to share it? I don't even know how to share it.
I think you have to allow me to share it.
Okay. How do I allow you? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. Oh, okay, wow.
So you see how this photo, sorry, y'all. You see how this photo, you see how this year looks different, like 2 years prior. You see the breast implants. You can tell she has breast implants. You can tell she had a BBL. You can tell she got some lipo. And then this year, the only reason why I saw it is because her hands was looking like Wendy. I was getting scared.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just the neck got longer for me. The face got bulkier. And then you see the boobs. The body's not the same. So she's definitely going through some serious health problems.
Oh, totally. Poor baby girl. That's I do 100%. I do think it's I don't think
It's not. It's like we need to look what's really going on.
Read between the lines. What's really going on? Like gorgeous. Yeah, right?
That scared me.
It's the hands. It's yeah. Oh, it's making my heart hurt.
Sorry, it was making me cry because when I saw it, I was like, whoa. This is not her.
Mm-mm.
So I want to send out prayers for.
Yes, we're all sending prayers out to Tammy.
Mm-hmm. I hope she gets the care that she needs.
Me too.
Because it's not. This is serious. It's not like
very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So prayers out. 100%. Woo, you guys, we got a little heavy. But yeah, prayers out to Tammy. That's what you guys are saying in the chat box. Tina says it might be thyroid. Whew, who knows? Let's see. LJ says that Kamika Boofer exactly, and then think of the girls who have gone to the back alley route, Cardi B, Nicki, they might probably will never be what substance is pumped into them.
Well,
it's
Nicki,
just too much. It's just too much. Yep.
Did you speak about Porsha Williams yet?
No, let's put it on. Let's switch to Porsha. Let's get something light. Let's get it light and light and go. So you start. I know, my heart was really heavy with that. My heart was really heavy. So you start with Porsha. What are your thoughts on Miss Porsha?
Girl, she is weird. Getting naked for R. Kelly, I could never.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Wait 1 second. I want to just say real quick. Oh, wait, hold on. Robyn, I want to send you so much love. She goes, I'm going through organ failure from diabetes that just showed up after 50. Robyn, sending you so much love, so much light. Thank you for sharing your story. Sending you fast healing. Nothing but health and prayers. Yes. So thank you. Okay. So wait, we'll do Porsha. Because it's what info you got on Stassi. Okay, we'll do Stassi, then Porsha, because Stassi will be quick.
Okay,
so I don't know if you guys watch Vanderpump Rules, but Stassi used to be a main character in Vanderpump Rules until she got fired and canceled for saying a lot of racist things and for calling the police on the only Black cast member, Faith, simply because she was a Black woman. Her and Kristen Doty saw some be on the lookout thing for young Black female who was stealing from the elderly or something, and they're like, oh my god, I bet it's Faith, and they actually called the police on her with no proof, no evidence, nothing. Literally called the police on her. And we live in America. She could have easily been a Breonna Taylor. Calling the police, unfortunately, in this country sometimes is a death sentence, especially for people of color. Let's keep it real. Keep it 100 way funky. So they deserved to be canceled. They deserve to be fired. And I take issue with other people who say, well, it could have been a teachable moment, but why they should have brought Stassi and Kristen back for the next season so we can watch their journey. They watch how they learn. It could be a teachable moment. No, I don't want to watch racist people have a teachable moment on television. What they should have done was bring Faith back and show Faith's journey. See what it felt like for her to be the only Black person on an all-white cast. What it felt like for her to have someone call the police on her simply because she was Black and female and they didn't like her for sleeping with Jax, who had slept with both of them. Stassi literally called the police on Faith because they were mad at Faith for sleeping with Jax when he was in a relationship with Brittany. But Kristen slept with Jax multiple times while Stassi was in a relationship with him. But yet now they're back being best friends. And now they're calling a police on someone for literally doing the same exact thing Kristen did. So no, I don't want to see Kristen's journey. I don't want to see Stassi's journey. I want to see Faith's journey. What trauma did she go through? What is her healing like? So now people can see what it looks like to be on the receiving end of it. I want to see Faith's journey. That's the journey I want to see. So miss me with those people talking about they want to see Stassi's journey. But apparently Stassi wrote a book on cancel culture and she's getting a lot of backlash. She wrote some book about, or she's going to, or she did something about, talking about cancel culture and why they shouldn't have it and it should be teachable moments. Bye, Stassi. You're canceled. We don't want you anymore. Bye-bye. I don't want your teachable moment. It's not teachable. You're just trying to get your endorsements back. You're just trying to get your money back. You're just trying to get back on TV. You don't actually care. Have you talked to Faith? Have you apologized to her personally? Have you checked in on her, how she's feeling? Have you donated to Black-owned businesses? Have you donated to Black organizations? Have you actually educated yourself? Or are you just making a plea to get back on TV because the checks stopped coming and you now have a mortgage?
And she's broke.
Basically, that part. So miss me with all that, Stassi. That's what the info I had on that. Period. Okay, so let's see. Okay, now Porsha.
Oh, I have a lot of receipts on this.
Go, you go then. You go. I'm gonna go through the comments and you go on your receipts up with Porsha.
So Porsha. Okay, so Porsha made a rumor about R. Kelly, right? No, R. Kelly are.
Yeah, allegations against that R. Kelly. Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard people are saying that. Did y'all hear about the Brock story?
The what story? The Bob story?
The backstory.
The backstory. Oh yeah, how she was trying to get a music deal, and so she was flown out. They made her wait hours, and then when he came back, they would do the thing, and then she would come back, spend the night, leave, come back, spend the night, leave. Like she thought that she said at least she thought she had to do that in order to get.
But she said she got naked though. She went naked for him.
Yeah.
But this is in 2006. I don't know. It's a long time ago. Porsha knew what she was doing. Porsha is not no little 18-year-old walking around Atlanta. How you doing? No, she literally knew what she was doing. And I felt like Porsha has a brain. Porsha wanted everybody who goes in a situation where R. Kelly is trying to be like Aaliyah. Sorry, I had to say that. But R.I.P. to Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
But
R.I.P. Aaliyah.
Because everybody thinks, oh yeah, I'm gonna have the same access, the fashion, the beauty, all this. I'm gonna have the same brands as Aaliyah, as y'all realize, and that's how they get messed over. We've been knew R. Kelly was a pedophile. We've been knew this. R. Kelly likes to stoop down and have a cult. He has technically had a cult.
Yeah.
And he still has it to this day, even though he's in prison.
Yep.
So she said that on her book, she was saying that she has a chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And a chapter, I think allegedly, I don't know. I had a rumor. It was a rumor that I heard. That the chapter was, I think, 6 pages about this.
Mm-hmm. And the feds came to Porsha and they're like, oh, we want to talk to you about this. Like, what's your info on it and all that stuff.
Recently or back in the day?
Recently, because she was using the whole R. Kelly thing to get book sales up for the Pursuit of Porsha book that she's coming out with. So the feds got wind of it because they're still, even though R. Kelly was already charged and convicted with stuff, they're coming after him with even more stuff. So he still has ongoing cases. So they wanted to be able to corroborate what Porsha was saying. To corroborate other victims' stories, and then also to corroborate what Porsha was saying. So yeah, the feds have been talking to Porsha, and Portia's been talking to the feds. And this is the thing.
Wow.
I believe what Portia's saying. I think what she's saying is 100% the truth. However, it's tough. Okay, this is a tough one, right? Because there are people, right? There are people who are clear cut, it's very clear, clean victims, right? The young girls, the who were, the R word, and they were kidnapped and they were trapped and they were beat, and it's a very clear cut victimization. Yeah, right. Very clear cut. These were the victims. But then you also have the people who are like Porsha, who, and I'm not a Porsha defender by any means. I know. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. And I'm not defending Porsha by any means. I'm not necessarily a Porsha defender. However, she did say she had that mentality of she'd already been around abuse. She had already been around trauma. So she thought that was expected and normal. So it was almost like a lot of people who have been victimized and traumatized go on to relive that in other aspects of their life and repeat that pattern, right? So do I think that Porsha was necessarily a victim of R. Kelly?
No.
Maybe not. But do I think that she has been victimized in her life and made her more susceptible to that? Yes. So I don't want to discount any trauma that Porsha has had, but at the same time, I wouldn't put her in the exact same category as the more, I don't want to say cut and dry because that sounds so callous, but the women who were R word without their consent, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, crazy thing is, she's doing this for book sales, according to LJ.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not buying the book. I know I'm not buying the book because I don't read. But I'll listen because I heard she's having an audiobook.
LJ says, I'm not buying Porsha's book. I'm not buying her story of being a victim. The only way you decided to leave was because you heard a woman getting beat, but you didn't think to get help for her. Yeah, but that's that same wounded mind, broken victim mentality, right? So I'm not discounting Porsha has had trauma in her life, but again, I'm not putting her in that same victim. And I'm also on the fence on whether or not she's of course, she's just doing this for book sales, but if it can help someone, I'm okay with it. But no, I'm definitely not buying her books.
So, okay. So it's a video. Well, Porsha used to work for Nation a long time ago before she quit, because she quit because she got this little show.
Messing up her bag
because she was too afraid because everybody was coming for her. So there's a video out here that she was singing for R. Kelly. You see the title. R. Kelly sings with Ricky Smiles and Porsha Williams. So, this was, I think, 2015. No, I don't think it was 2015. I have to see. Hold up.
Yeah.
Why is that? In 2015, May 19th.
Oh, wait.
That was 10 years later. No, 10 years. Yeah. No, 5 years.
5 years.
5 years?
Wait.
Okay. No, 10 years. Because it happened in
2005? Okay.
Yeah. So 10 years later, if I told this woman to get naked, I'm going to remember the face. Because Porsha has the same face.
Well, she did get some plastic surgery, but let me stop. She looks, we know it's Porsha. And a little bit of nose. She definitely got some shaving of that nose. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think she had contour. But Porsha she has the same face, the set face. Yeah. Back in the day. You're going to recognize Porsha and her dumbness. Anyway. So there's a video. Sorry, no shade, Porsha. We love you.
No,
Porsha.
it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so Kamiko says, come on, Candy, it's a timing. Why now? I'll give her grace to worrying if she did a deposition that it might come out. No, I agree. I definitely agree that she came out with this to sell her books. I'm not disputing that at all. I 100% think that this story is in her book and she's bringing it out as part of the media tour to get attention, to ride the coattails of what's going on. I agree with that 100%. But I think more than one thing can be true. Is she using this as publicity to sell a book? 100%. Do I think this actually happened to her? 100%. Do I think that there were real victims? Obviously, 100%. Do I think that she necessarily was a victim in the traditional sense with him? No, not necessarily. But do I think that she has had trauma in her life? Yes. Not just because of what happened with R. Kelly, but look at Porsha in general. Look at her, and this goes to this person. Hey, can I get a witness? She goes, at Kamika Booker, thinking the same. Her family is not run-of-the-mill hoodlums. You don't have to be run. There are people who come from a lot of wealth, a lot of decadence, who have a lot of trauma and a lot of abuse in their life. Money does not mean that you miss out on trauma and abuse. That is not the case. You have a lot of wealthy people who live in a lot of great places who have gone through trauma and abuse. And you also have people who live in the hood who are very well adapted. The hood who are very well adapted and not necessarily, personally traumatized or abused by something, if that makes sense. But if you also just look at Porsha in general, and again, I'm not a Porsha defender, especially what she did with this whole Simon and Fallon thing, missed me with that. So I'm not defending Porsha, but I can still see the humanity in her. And I do see a broken person. And I don't like to call people broken, but I see the pain in her. Look at her track record with men. With Cordell, she came out and said herself, she thought that she had to do damage control and PR and sort of be a beard for him, allegedly. Look at what happened with her and all of her men, with Dennis and with Simon and all of that stuff. Look at her continuously being violent and fighting. She's fighting on her own spinoff now. She's fighting her own sister. She fought Kenya. She fought Cynthia. She fought that girl in the alley.
Kenya was a purpose.
All of that stuff. That comes from something. It's not an excuse.
She has built up anger on somebody. She deserves.
There is something that yeah. So you see what I'm saying? Do I think she said it to sell books? 100%. But do I think it's true? Yes. I don't think she's lying. But do I think she's using it? Yeah, she is. But everybody uses stuff. Everybody uses their stuff to sell books, though.
But who wants to lie on R. Kelly? You're not gonna get no fame out of it. R. Kelly's broke. Who's gonna? You're not gonna get no money out of it. Yeah. Who wants to lie on R. Kelly? Who in their great mind wants to lie on R. Kelly? I would never lie. I would never lie because one, that's not me. But she literally is saying something that can add more time onto his case. So Porsha, that's on you, sis. I don't know. But I have this video.
Oh, what's the video?
it's gonna make you gag.
Okay.
10 years later.
Okay.
It's gonna make you gag and then be like, oh, child. Anyway, so hold up. So is this video with Porsha? And when she used to like, date people, when she was like on destination, trying to get that bag, she fumbled. She did
fumble that bag.
She did. She was with R. Kelly 10 years later. And I knew R. Kelly recognized her because look at the video. I don't think the video is going to get copyrighted, so I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
R. Kelly in the studio. I said, would you wear that shirt right there? He says, hell to the no. You're standing at the gate, and if you don't put Gary's shirt on, you go in hell and burn forever. Would you wear that shirt?
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I think it froze though. I think it froze a little bit. But let's see. Yeah. I want to get to some comments really quick.
But it's more. I think R. Kelly was looking at what's it called, Porsha. But
I don't know.
Porsha was not even staring at R. Kelly this whole interview. This interview was, I think, an hour.
No, but to that though, a lot of people are around their abusers and they don't display being scared. Think about people who are being abused by family members. They could be at Thanksgiving Day with their abuser. They could be at the park with their abuser. So like abuse is so insidious. You can't just say they were around someone and they didn't shout to the rooftops what happened to them. You know what I mean? Like it's so insidious. And Keisha E says many of them are abusers. Let's see here. Keisha E says maybe she wanted to tell her own story so no one could spin things. Kamiko says RK is creepy. Yes, he is. He's creepy AF. He's bizarre. He's bizarre. Keisha E says that's side chick behavior. Nuh-uh, not side chick behavior. Can I get a witness? Says that is not my point, which has nothing to do with trauma. Okay, I was not referring to any traumatic issues. Families associated with R. Kelly were no different and even more culpable. Oh, okay. Kamiko says Keisha E and she's laughing. I love it. Xbox Scouts are wow. What year was this?
2015.
Exactly, 2015. Can I get a witness? Yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Kimiko, I gave if you can I get a witness. Okay. Yeah.
So this is, and crazy thing is, I think that even though they wasn't even staring at each other, she knew, because she told the brat what was going on, because the brat came on, I think, a year later. So Suspicion Nation, yeah. But here you go. This is the rest of the video. I won't interrupt. Don't worry.
No, you're okay.
Because I was trying to do the backstory. I'm like,
hell to the no. This might be your opportunity. Go on the road with R. Kelly and blow up.
You always trying to get me to do stuff.
You sing about R. Kelly.
Come on, give us a little bit.
Okay.
Oh God.
All right. I sing because I'm happy.
Yes.
I sing
Lord.
because I'm free.
awkward vibes.
Yeah.
And I know.
Come on.
Go ahead, sing the rest.
He watches over me.
I feel like that's Portia's go-to song. Like she always sings that song.
Nothing else. But you can see while she was saying like, sing the rest, she closed her eyes and she looked to the other side.
Okay, Kamiko's over this conversation. She says the last stuff, what Jin Shah needs to use. I love it, Kamiko. Okay, let's move on. Hold on. Wait, we'll get to it, Kamiko. Kenigo says, in my opinion, Porsha Williams remains the valedictorian of the University of Thoughtland. Oh, Thoughtlandia. Thoughtlandia. Oh my God. Yeah. 100%, 100%. And then Keisha E says, not able to look at him is telling. There's no telling what's on her mind. So true, so true. Okay, Kimiko, let's go to Jen Shah. All right, so Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We've been on it for 2 hours, you guys. So like the video, subscribe, share, a good kiki, shop the love collection at candywashington.com. Anyway, so we'll do Jen Shah real quick, and then we can wrap it up for tonight. So Jen Shah, as we all know, was arrested and charged with I don't know the exact name of the counts. It's like some type of like fraud scheme.
Telemarketing fraud.
Yeah, it's just like telemarketing scheme and fraud and all that stuff. And then her first assistant, Stewart. What?
It was Stewart, and I think it was the second assistant. They got arrested.
Yeah, no, they all got arrested, but Stewart is the one who recently flipped on her, and he was the one who was her right hand. So in the beginning, they both pleaded not guilty. They both were gonna we're gonna fight these allegations. We're innocent. However, now Stewart has flipped. He's put in a plea deal. I forgot the number of years he could face, but it is a lot. It is a lot, and that means that if he has flipped, that means he is going to spill the beans about Jen. So that means, allegedly, in my opinion, she's going down. Because now the second in command has flipped on her. It's all going to go out. So Jen, I don't know why she's not taking a plea deal. I don't know why she's not singing like a canary. I don't know what in her mind she thinks she's going to get away with this. But her right hand has officially took a plea deal and flipped on her.
This is allegedly, right? Or this is
what has been being reported.
Oh,
so I'll still say alleged, but this is what is being reported. So it's bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Jennifer, you about to go to jail.
About to go to Sink. The clink.
And that's why we went to Sink.
Exactly. I don't know if you guys watch Salt Lake City, but I do.
I do. I only watched it a little bit.
Let me know what you think. I cannot stand with every fiber. I cannot stand Whitney. Whitney, you trifling hypocrite. Leave. She's a Karen. And Heather, you too. Whitney and Heather miss me. Which one?
And Lisa cries too much and she fakes. She's a mini Karen. No, she's not a mini Karen. She's a mini Candiace.
I love Lisa Barlow. Lisa Barlow is my favorite. Yes, she's manipulative and conniving, but I am so here for it. I love her. I love Lisa. I love Lisa. I cannot stand Whitney and Heather. They are so hypocritical and conniving. And Meredith, and they're so obsessed. The thing is, they're so obsessed with Lisa. Every other word, have you noticed? Every other word out of their mouth is Lisa. Like they're obsessed with her. Leave her alone. Let her live. Get off of her back. Let her live.
And Meredith was like, oh my God, if you don't want to be my friend, or like say she said something, if you want to be friends with Jen Shah, then don't be my friend, or we would not be in this group no more. And I say bye-bye because nobody wants you here. You look bad. That Botox really got in your face and really said, oh, it was a bad reaction. You got bad lip fillers, girl. Down. You and your son can go. I just I'm like, we don't care. You brought a whole storyline. You brought a storyline. Your storyline is about Jen. Make your own storyline. Let's talk about your husband cheating on you and how all these kids.
Basically. Bloop. Allegedly. Yeah, it's insane. I like Jenny. I think she's a great addition. She has her own mind. She's really smart. I like Jenny a lot. Whitney can go. She's so fake, and I just no storyline, boring. Crazy. Heather too. Mary is kookadoodle-doo, and I mean that with respect. She is kookadoodle-doo. You know how many times they catch her talking to herself? She's like, Mary, this is why, and this, and she's like, oh, I'm not like there is something wrong there. It's her alter ego, and I believe everything that Lisa's friend, what was his name? Carlos or Carmen. I believe everything he said. I do think that Mary allegedly is running a cult. What happened to him? I heard he died, but how did he pass?
Because, okay, girl, I don't want Mary to send her little goons on me. Because if I die, girl, y'all know why. Mary sent her little goons, her little cult goons, and killed them. Allegedly, you never know. And she has a cult. She calls herself God. And you're letting people see your social security guard, girl. You're running with a dead saw. And guess what? It's going to be a scene about her coming up soon. Watch. You about to see a scene. It's going to be on the last episode. Mary's going to get arrested this season too.
Yeah, because her son was harboring a runaway, right?
Yeah. So she's going to get arrested. Yeah, y'all about to see all this tea. And she had an affair with Carmen too.
Yeah, and he mortgaged the house for $300K.
Yep. And he was paying her bills while her husband was working. I don't know. It was like a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't know. This is crazy.
It's just a lot. It's a lot.
And they still have low ratings. I don't get this. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's a good show.
I really think they need to. Oh my God. And I was about to say something about the tagline too.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm gonna send Jesus.
I will send Jesus after you. It's too much.
It's scary. It's
too much.
Mary, I was not coming for you, girl. I'm gonna have to go.
Exactly. Mary, no.
I'm gonna put bleach in my mouth too.
No, we don't have to sage ourselves, not to bleach ourselves, because we have the real Jesus on our side, and the real Jesus is stronger than any Jesus Mary can send, sweetheart. I got the real one.
I'm sick of that. Girl,
yeah.
Girl,
exactly, LJ, with that tagline. Yep.
I mean, my tagline.
Can I get a one that says, "Whoa, Mary, no words."
My tagline, if I was ever on the Real Housewives, my tagline would be, "I hope you have your license because I'm gonna drive you crazy."
Ooh, I like that. Mine would be, "Just because my name is Candy, that doesn't mean I'm always sweet." Period.
If I ever become a Real Housewives, I'll probably be a friend of the show because I'm a male. No, I will. Because I'll probably be a friend of the show, and I think I'll probably be another Marlo. It's gonna take me.
I love Marlo. I wish she could have got her act together and made her spinoff work. Because remember Candy was trying to produce a spinoff with Marlo for like Lifetime or or something like that.
WeTV.
Exactly, yeah, WeTV. I wish she would have gotten her act together because I would have loved to see Marlo take the town. You know, get the girls together, like gather the girls, get the hair, get the makeup, get the clothes, get the men. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have loved that.
Marlo could have had a peach on season 5 if she didn't say, you know what, the word that match with maggot.
Yeah.
But gotcha. I felt like, okay.
Thank you, Candiace.
I would have said something like, I would have said something. I don't know. I would have said something excuse because Marlo, Marlo took down the opportunity of having a peach when she first got brought on the show as Phaedra's friend. Got on that. Because she was dating, what's it called? Nene's ex, Charles.
Oh yeah. They like New York. They all mix and mingle and toss and sauce and all that stuff. Yeah. They all do it.
That's nasty.
It's nasty. It's nasty. It's a give for, you know what I mean? It's a free for all.
I could never.
Neither could I.
Oh God, I'm in a happy relationship.
Woo! I know. Oh, well, thank you so much. That's so Odie. I said it right?
Yeah.
Yeah! Thank you so much. That's so Odie. We've been here for over 2 hours, so we are going to wrap it up tonight. But thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. And please call in anytime. You are always welcome over here. Always.
I will be back next time.
Yes, we'll be doing, thank you for mentioning that. So yes, every Monday, 5 p.m. West Coast, 8 p.m. East Coast, we'll be doing Messy Mondays. And Messy Mondays, we'll be covering the reality shows, pop culture news, all of that. So we are getting on a consistent schedule now that I have launched the Love Collection. I have been working behind the scenes for the last couple of weeks, but now that it's launched, I will be back every Monday, Messy Mondays, 5 p.m. West Coast, 8 p.m. East Coast, and on Wednesdays, 3 o'clock, we will be doing Wellness Wednesday. So those will be our live self-care sessions. And every day, daily at 9 a.m., a new self-care session will be dropped, giving you those gems for healthy boundaries, self-love, self-esteem, relationships, all of that stuff. So subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss anything we got going on. Mwah.
Can I plug myself real quick?
Yes, plug yourself. Go ahead, girl.
I have a
Guys.
YouTube channel, and I hope y'all check that out. And I like to do story times because I have a crazy life. And I wish you much success, girl. You're doing your thing.
You too. But tell us your YouTube channel. Tell us the exact name and all that stuff. Okay.
That's so. And I hope
That's right. Yes, everybody go give That's So OD a subscribe, give them a like, give them a review, give them a super chat, give them something, give them some type of love. Okay, yep. Bye, sweetheart. Thank you so much.
See you next time.
Yes. Okay, everybody, that was so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me for our Messy Mondays. That's right, every Monday, 5 o'clock West Coast time, 8 o'clock East Coast time. We'll be doing pop culture news, reality TV show, and we'll be getting in the mess. Every Wednesday, 3 o'clock West Coast, 5 o'clock, or is it 6 o'clock? Yeah. 6 o'clock East Coast, we'll be doing Wellness Wednesdays. That will be our live self-care sessions where we get it together. This Wednesday, we will be discussing loneliness and dysfunctional families over the holiday season, how to cope, how to deal, how to get through. So sending you guys so much love. If you want, don't forget to shop the Love Collection at candywashington.com. Links are below. Get yourself a mug, a candle, a hoodie, a t-shirt, and I will be showing you guys how I style them over the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, be well, take care of yourself and each other. Bye-bye. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram at Candy Washington. Let's go.